Hey, Dezz Asante here from the Tech News Academy with another artistpromotionblueprint.com video quick tip. If you've followed me for a while and you've followed the topic of conversation on promoting yourself as a musician, you should by now know that one of the first things you should get in place is a website. This is sort of your content headquarters online. It's the place that you own, you have full control over. You don't have to worry about some, Facebook policy change getting in between you and your fans, your audience, which is also known as your market. That's your headquarters. You can do with it as you please. Now, in future videos, and I'm sure in previous conversations, we've talked a little bit about, what to do with your website and so forth. So that's beyond the scope of today's topic. But what I want to get into today is if you've got this beautiful website that's functional and has all these neat features and content and whatnot, does no good if nobody visits it. So how do we get people to your website? Well, there's a couple of approaches you could take. One of them is what's referred to in internet marketing as SEO, which is search engine optimization. A little bit less easy, I suppose, as an artist to implement. But basically the idea is to optimize your site for keywords that people might be searching for. If you were a business that sold purple widgets, then you'd want to optimize your site for purple widgets so that when people Google it, your site would come up. That's basically what search engine optimization is. So as an artist, it's difficult because if your band is, or whatever your band name is, or your name as a solo artist, if people don't know you already, they're not going to be searching for that. Okay, so an idea that you could implement in terms of SEO is to go for what I refer to as coattail links. So if you are a solo artist and you happen to sound very similar to, say, Bob Dylan, for example, then you might want to optimize some of your blog posts and your pages for the phrase Bob Dylan, or for, if you like Bob Dylan, or sounds like Bob Dylan, or the next Bob Dylan, or these types of phrases, so that when people who would potentially like what you do are searching for someone that is similar to you, then you can hopefully get in front of them, get in front of that person on the search engines, Google, Bing, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's just a little tip on SEO, but more importantly, and I think a more effective strategy these days, is something that I refer to as content marketing. And basically the way that works is you produce content. This is why it's important that you have a blog. You produce either blog posts, videos, audios, footage from your shows, whatever the case may be. And then you add that content to your own website, and then you link and syndicate that content out to your social networks. So I would shoot a video of maybe me performing a tune in my living room. I would put that on YouTube because YouTube's a great place to be discovered, of course, but I'm not going to send people to YouTube. I want to bring them to my house, my party online, where I can then hopefully encourage them to join my email list and engage with them further and turn them into a fan. So I pop my video on YouTube, I take the YouTube embed and I embed it in a blog post on my website. Then from there, what I want to do is I want to tell people on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn, Delicious, StumbleUpon, Plurk, Digo, anywhere I can think of, I want to send links to that content out to those social channels so that the potential fans, the music lovers that might be hanging out in whatever the space is they're hanging out in, will have an opportunity to see a link to my content. When they click that link, they're not taken to YouTube, they're taken to my own website where they can hopefully enjoy the content. Ideally, that's important. And then after they've enjoyed the content, I have an opportunity to give them a call to action, to leave a comment, to share, or to join my email list as an example. Okay, so that's what's referred to as content marketing. I think it's a more effective and efficient way to get traffic to your website. SEO is certainly something to keep in mind, search engine optimization, but as a musician, as an artist, I believe the best way to promote yourself is not to say, hey, buy my record, hey, buy my record, hey, buy my record, but to produce good, entertaining, valuable content on a regular and consistent basis, and to syndicate that content out far and wide to as many different social platforms and Web 2.0 sites as you can. Okay, so just a quick tip, hopefully that is helpful to you, and we will see you on the next one.